Hey everybody, welcome to Fridays with Maniac4Bricks. I know this is kind of odd. Why is the video entirely in black? Well, it's kind of dark for when I'm recording this, and I didn't feel like turning on the lights or anything like that. There's really nothing to show on frame, even myself. There's really nothing to see here. The only thing I could think of is, well, two things, but I could just tell you them, and I think you get the picture. One of them being a picture, in fact. Because I'm wearing the brick gear hat, and I put, at least for today, I put a large Batman symbol on it, entirely made in white. I'll probably do it in yellow at a later time, but at least wanted to play around with the idea and just see how I get the shaping and things like that. I kind of like Lego sculpting like this. Basic bricks is fun. So I have a picture of that up on Instagram and on Facebook. There's also pictures up on both social media if you want to see how to build it, because I tried to take a very clear photo, just, horizontal, like in line with it. So, you get to see how many bricks high it is, how many bricks long it is, and all that. I do advise that you use some trans clear elements for holding up certain pieces, because they can have a tendency to fall off, and, for the couple hours that I've been wearing this hat with the design on it, it's actually worked out pretty well. So, what am I here to talk about for this week? Well, first of all, I'm really happy with how the videos have been going up this week, because I got a whole bunch of Lego Batman collectible minifigs. You might have seen one of the hauls today about that. I'll talk more about that later. I got a whole bunch of Lego Batman collectible minifigures, and then I just kicked out all the video footage and sent them to YouTube, and now I'm just manually uploading them one per day. You will get to see a pack opening from this past Wednesday until either next Tuesday or Wednesday, because I've recorded about 7 of them. It's how long it took me to get the entire series, with a few duplicates, but those are perfectly fine. I'm not going to tell you which came when, so you have those to look forward to. But at this point, I do have the entire series and only a few duplicates, and few on purpose. And I talk more about those in some of those videos. So I'm really happy for that. I actually have like a nice minifig display that's coming up. Hopefully I can do a video for that at some point soon, because it's really going well. It actually has not only Lego Batman movie collectible minifigures, but also Lego Batman movie set figures. Those are going to be included in there, and a couple other things, maybe a Lego movie and Lego movie collectible minifigures and things like that. So it should be really good. And even the collectible minifigures section, I don't remember if I showed it on camera already. Probably didn't. Sorry if I didn't and said I would. I have a new way of setting up the collectible minifigures. Those will probably be on its own Collect-A-Thon and things like that. So I'll talk more about that in their own videos later on. Not going to be for next week. For next week, the Collect-A-Thon I have planned is Bionicle G2. It's a well overdue video to talk about briefly my thoughts and just a couple more sets that I got to almost complete the collection. I'm not worried about the polybags as far as completion goes, even though I have a few of them, and I'm curious to find the others, but not too curious to go out and get them. But for the mainline sets, the only one I'm missing at this point is Galley, Uniter of Water. I haven't found her in any stores near me, not on discount anywhere near me. It's pretty much just like Tahoe. I have to get them online, because apparently they sold out real quick and in my area. So that's not going to work out for me right now, but I will find it at some point in the future. Don't worry about that. But I have a lot more to offer in that Collect-A-Thon than just showing all of them on one table. So look forward to that. What else is there? Oh yeah. I forgot to talk about it with the collectible minifigure pack openings. Some of you may have noticed that it says review in big caps. And yeah, it's supposed to be a attention grabber or whatever. That's just regular YouTube bull. So, why did I put that in there? Why am I considering these as reviews, and why am I reviewing them? Well, I do have exceptions to the no Lego reviews in 2017 rule, and one of those exceptions is collectible minifigure pack openings. This is not something new that I'm doing with this series, but it's actually something I've done since the Disney series, late May or around May of 2016. So I am perfectly fine with doing this. I think it's nice to just, open them up and give a little bit of my thoughts, even from somebody who doesn't read the comic books or go back and research about the comic books. I only looked up a few few figures here and there, but in general, I just wanted to talk about what I think of the figures, how they adapted to Lego form, and just the different pieces and how you could use them in different ways. So instead of just talking about authenticity and whatnot, I'm also talking about how you can use some of these pieces outside of the figures themselves, especially the Joker, somewhat with Barbara Gordon, and like one or two other figures. So that should be fun. Hope you guys enjoy those. The other exception that I have is Collect-A-Thons, and as you might have seen, I believe it was yesterday when the video went up for Robo Riders, I technically reviewed the Robo Riders in a Collect-A-Thon video. This is again something that I've done since 2016. It's not something brand spanking new that I'm trying just to, cheat myself. I don't know why I would do that. Instead, I would just drop the rule if that was the case. The idea is that I can sum up all of my thoughts on a bunch of Lego sets, especially in the same theme, in a Collect-A-Thon or a listicle, as I mentioned last week, because I put it in the description, but that video, it may seem long, but it would have been at least twice as long had I done every review on their own. Like, I could imagine each Robo Rider taking somewhere between 3 to 4 minutes per review, and that includes intro and outro, explaining a bit of the Robo Riders, the collectible aspect of the discs, and so on. To mention that for every single video would get not only repetitive, but actually take a lot more time. And that's time more for you as well as me when it comes to, looking at the video and recording it and so on. So I'm sparing both of us. You're welcome. I'm glad that worked out. I'm actually really glad I looked at Robo Riders because I'm already getting ideas. Like, I didn't even know there was a story to them. I didn't even know there was that few of those sets. And I didn't even know for what story there was. Not only was it lackluster, but also some characters were missing from it. And that actually has me thinking for Brick Theory, which I don't know when it's going to reappear. I still have a lot of work to do for that. So it is, the workload is piling, and I just need to find the time to work through, bit by bit on that. Among other videos and things to do with Lego and just things outside of Lego and whatnot. So, it's still in my head. Don't worry, I didn't forget about it. The other thing I wanted to mention that was newer, I have, this is actually being recorded on this, I have an iPod Touch, which is separate from my iPhone, which I've used for a while for recording videos, editing videos, occasionally editing videos, and submitting them to YouTube. So now it's an entirely different device that will allow me more storage, that'll allow me more customization, that'll allow me more quality for the videos that are produced. Obviously, this one is just black, so I'm really not going to worry about that for now. But at least you can hear me a little bit better, and even some of the more recent footage will be better recorded, and I am learning a little bit more about how to get a better quality without too much, it's a little bit easier for me to learn now. So I am looking forward to that. And luckily, I had this Lego case, which I tried with my iPhone. It seemed to be like the right type of iPhone for it, but didn't quite fit. Now it fits on my iPod Touch, which I believe it's either 5th or 6th generation, 16 gigabytes. And I am loving every minute of it, every gig. And, it fits perfectly on there. It's resourceful. It's great. I love it. What else is I gonna say? So on that subject, it's going to make videos a lot better in terms of quality, in terms of production, all that good stuff. Because I didn't realize for a long time what I was doing wrong with my videos and why they always look choppy. But now I got that, and I'm moving on with that. I do have a display this weekend at Greenberg Train and Toy Show in Somerset, New Jersey. That is at, that is Saturday and Sunday. I think it's 10 to 4 each day. You can check on their website for more information, but I have a setup there. Pretty much the same stuff. A few things changed. I do have a new mock, which I posted a bit on Instagram about it, and it is get this, it is a brick-built sculpture of Big Bird in minifigure, like, shape. I wouldn't say scale, because it's not really quite scaled to a minifig, but the shape looks like a minifig. This was a challenge that I presented to myself the other day, and I spent a few hours working on just the legs and the pants, and then a couple more hours another day working on the torso, arms, and head. I still have a bit more modification to do with it, but I'm really happy. At least now it looks complete, and I can, modify it a little bit more over time. But at least now it's ready for presentation. And this was a challenge for me on a couple of levels. I occasionally build brick-built sculptures, and in different sizes and in different shapes. This one I wanted to really try for a minifigure look to it, so that I have a quote-unquote template for later in case I ever wanted to do something like that again. I also wanted to try it with Big Bird because I had a lot of yellow, a lot of magenta, a lot of orange, and they just fit right, putting them together. And like, they were all in the same bin, and I looked at it and I'm like, oh, that's Big Bird, isn't it? So I went off that. and I did add a couple blues and things, so it's all good. And I wanted to really try for Big Bird, not just to be like color-wise look like a minifig, but have a little bit of shape with it. For example, the feet on Big Bird actually look like Big Bird's feet. In a very blocky form, yes, but they do stem out a little bit from what a minifigure's foot would look like. And just to get like a little bit more of the shaping in there, just to make it more, understood of what this is, instead of just like a palette color of a minifigure that looks like Big Bird. Even the head for Big Bird looks a little bit more like that than a minifigure head. Like, it's a little bit taller than it would normally be for a minifig. The torso has a whole bunch of pieces that are supposed to look like it's ruffled feathers, so I'm really happy with how this thing came out texturally. And I'm looking forward to doing that, or at least having a template to put up, maybe like a digital designer or something, to do in the future, just in case I want to do this again. The only thing I would say is a setback. This is something I still need to work on for Big Bird, and I will probably do a separate video just talking about the entire fig and all that stuff. The setback that I have is the head isn't quite round enough. It looks more oval shaped, and I need to stretch out a little bit more widthwise. And I need to work on the beak and eyes area. That was the last part I did for the whole thing, so I don't mind, going back in there and fixing that up. Because I did base it off of a picture, but I wasn't really sure how it would translate into Lego bricks. And it's kind of the same thing as Bart. It will look blocky in some areas, but I wanted to still get the impression this is the character I'm looking for. I almost could have done a Homer because I had so many white pieces. I even thought about that after building the bat signal. But anyways, really happy that's up there at Greenberg. It also allows me a little bit more time this weekend to do some cleaning. I will probably work on another thing or two, but we'll have to see how that goes. I'll probably, again, post it on social media. That's where you can find me, at Maniac4Bricks official on Instagram, and on Facebook at Maniac4Bricks. In both cases, the 4 is the number, and it's all one word, no spaces, no underscores, whatever. I'm always on those. I'm always communicating with people through them, and I always enjoy seeing stuff other people post through those. So I'm looking forward to all of that. There will be no more hauls. I forgot to mention that before. The reason why I posted 3 haul videos earlier today was not only because I had some of them that I recorded before Christmas and just didn't get around to posting, but also I'm going to hold off on hauls for a while. As you guys know, obviously, I've bought a lot of Lego, and I'm not going to have a Greenberg haul. These 3 hauls are pretty much your Greenberg haul for the weekend. All right, so you know, I have to hold off on buying Lego for a while. I got a lot of things to pay off, and some of it I will have to pay off with Lego. So if you want to help support me and even get some nice Lego, check out my Bricklink store, The Brick Theorist. It's in the description below. 17% off, already reduced prices on different Lego sets. And I will still be adding more stuff there in a short time, so check back for more. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time with more videos, and have a good night.